All right, welcome to Crush 'em TV, and Mr. Podesta gets busted lying once again. A Fox News reporter hands his ass to him on the nightly news, Maria Bartiromo. And here I'll just get right to it and play it for you.
Do you find it odd that there's been so much attention on the Trump campaign and the Trump associates and potential collusion with Russians when, in fact, it's really the Democrats who have deeper and stronger ties to Russia? I mean, John, I've got to ask you about your own situation, your ties to Russian entities. You joined the board of a small energy company in 2011. 2 months later, a Russian entity directly funded by the Kremlin invested $35 million in the company. You were given 75,000 shares in a Russian company, which you failed to disclose when you became an Obama associate.
Maria, that's not true. I fully disclosed and was completely compliant with, and by the way, I divested before I went into the White House.
But where did you...
Oh, wait. Now notice, he does not deny that he had them, doesn't deny that he had connections with Russia and was getting money. His excuse is, well, I divested it, which means he gave it to his kids and his other family to keep the money close.
Divested, John. A lot of people feel like you divested it to your adult children.
Yeah. I divested it consistent with the advice that I was given by the White House counsel's office.
Oh, yeah. Now, you see there. He didn't deny it. He didn't say it wasn't true. He said, oh, the White House counsel's office told me to do it. Obama's people told me.
And I was fully compliant and fully transparent about what I had done. And so the fact that you're picking through my emails that were stolen by the Russians and
yeah, okay, now they were not stolen by the Russians. There you go again with the fake stream news. They were taken by Guccifer 2.0, and RT had published that back in June before the election, 6 months before anybody in the U.S. even picked up on it. And I had made some posts on Twitter about that a long time ago. RT had mentioned back in June Guccifer 2.0, who nobody knows who he is, and chances are they think the evidence seems to show that he might be Romanian, if anything, but nobody really knows.
Released by WikiLeaks, and creating a story which is not true is... something that we have to deal with.
So you weren't given 75,000 shares of stock in a Russian company? You were not given 75,000 shares?
I didn't have any stock in any Russian company.
Oh! And there is the big lie. I had no stock in any Russian company. Take a look at what I'm about to show you. Wikileaks Bombshell. John Podesta owned 75,000 shares in Putin-connected energy company. And before you say, oh, well, that's from Breitbart, they're conservative, they lie, blah, blah. Let's go on down here to the actual letter. This is what they actually got out of the emails. And this file is on Breitbart. I will link it. And you can see it has John Podesta's signature on the bottom. And right here, this isn't in reference to the entire 75,000. This is in reference to a little over 25 there, 8.5 there. So you're talking about 33,500 of them. This is in reference to a portion of what he held with them. This is in response to the transfer of Juul shares, and is between Juul and him and a lawyer and a corporate secretary. And you can, I'm not going to get into this whole Breitbart thing, but anyways, it goes through the entire 75,000. It was reported by Slovakia and Russia and all the other places that he dealt with. So John Podesta is a freaking liar. Now we will go back to their report.
So go back and get your facts straight, Maria. But
That's
if you
not
want
true,
get your
John. We know
facts
that you own
straight. I just
75,000
showed
shares.
you
You're
what
on the board
facts
of
are.
Joe.
it's not a Russian company. They own
It's
less than
backed by the
5%.
Kremlin. It's backed by the Kremlin.
I didn't own any shares in that company, Maria.
When you
just showed
showed
you
up
he did.
before, you were given 75,000 shares from Jolie.
No, that is not true.
How many shares were you given, John?
Maria, I didn't have any shares in any Russian company. I was on the board of an American company that did business here and only here. The Russian company had a small investment in that company.
Emails.
And
Well,
we
it's
can go
widely
around and around the
reported that
tree,
it's backed by
but
the
why don't-
Kremlin. It's been widely reported that that company's been backed by the Kremlin, and they gave you 75,000 shares that you had to disclose
They didn't give
when
me
you
anything.
went into the Obama administration.
Maria, you can keep leveling this charge. It is not true.
Okay.
They didn't give me anything. They had a small investment in a
Seriously?
company I was on the board of. It was a clean energy company that was trying to deal with the issue of trying to produce energy, liquid fuel, from a biotechnology process.
liquid
It was
bullshit?
based in Boston. The Russian company had a very small investment in it, and you could keep saying that they gave me
I'm just
stock,
following
but they
all the
didn't.
widely reported information here, John.
Well,
There's also Hillary
Maria,
Clinton, obviously.
Maybe you're looking at widely reported information from InfoWars.
No, I'm not.
But it is
No,
not
there
This
you
is
go.
Politico. This is the New York Times. This is the Wall Street Journal.
No, it's
That's
not.
what I'm looking at, John.
No, it's not,
Then
Maria.
there's Hillary
If you go-
Clinton. Then there's Hillary Clinton, of course, we know, who got $100 million from Russian companies after she allowed that Russian company to acquire 20% of the U.S.'s uranium. So the
There
point
you
I'm
go.
making here, John, is that there's much deeper ties to Russia on the Democratic side than there are on the Republican side. And it's just a head scratcher
there's
that
something-
this has been taking all the
Maria-
oxygen out of the room over
Look-
Trump, when in fact it's been your team that has
That's
been
right.
in bed with the Russians.
And there you go. And I had gotten that little clip from the Next News Network. He had aired it, to be fair to the other folks. But anyways, you can see he flat out lied. There's the document. This is out of his emails. And yet he sits there and maintains time and time again to her, that's not true. They gave me nothing. They gave me nothing. Well, what does that say right there? Transfer of Juul shares. And all the information and the specifics are in here. Series C preferred shares of Juul Global Holdings. This is from his desk, and he's, talking about getting that stuff transferred. And then there he is, denying to her on Fox News that he had the 75,000 shares. He didn't transfer them all as one lump sum. The other documents are available if you go to dig them up. This is just an example document of what exists and what's out there. They're all on Scribd. But he most certainly had 75,000 shares. So there you go. The Obama administration, Clinton and Podesta busted lying again, trying to cover each other's butts, and all while they're trying to blame Trump and claim there's Russia junk there. All that crap is a BS move to smokescreen to hide from you the fact that they were really the ones doing it. If you dig into the Clinton Foundation and you look at the money that was going in there and the countries it was coming from, They were the ones profiting from Russia. They were the ones profiting from Qatar and Saudi Arabia and countries that are connected to terrorist money. So, Podesta's busted right there. And as far as I'm concerned, they need to bring him up on charges. So I hope you like and subscribe, and I will see you later. Keep your eye out for more.